Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a game for you on the map Fault Line, Capture the Base Mode. I'm in the Tier 7 Russian destroyer Tashkent, and this video isn't so much about the Tashkent, although this is a pretty good Tashkent game. Not a very high damage one, but an effective one. This video is more about the map itself, Fault Line, which, on Capture the Base mode, seems to be a map that people have a hard time positioning themselves on, maybe. I know T-Bull has talked a lot about this map in his videos, but what you have here is sort of a map where, depending on what the enemy players do, more often than not, you're going to have a strong side and a weak side. So this side that I've spawned on, you see there are two friendly ships with me. Now, the ships to the leftmost spawn of us on our team are headed more toward the left of the map to group up with the three ships furthest left. That's 6 ships there. Together, those friendly ships are going to create a strong side on our side of the map, and they're going to be facing 3 enemy ships in that left corner, kind of where that destroyer over there on the minimap is being pinged. Meanwhile, over here, myself and the 2 other friendly ships are most likely going to end up facing 6 enemy ships, and we are on our team's weak side, the enemy's strong side. So what the people on our team on the left side of the map need to do is push up, take out those 3 enemy ships over there, and then start putting pressure on the enemy's base as soon as possible. We, over here, need to do everything we can to impede the enemy's push toward our base. So, we got a Scharnhorst coming up. We're gonna take a couple shots at him in between the gaps, the island. I have updated my Tashkent build, by the way, still running Gurren, but for one of his inspirations, I've got Arleigh Burke to increase the accuracy of the destroyer's main guns. I find that the guns on these Russian destroyers, at least in my opinion, are not always the most accurate in terms of dispersion, precision, etc. So I find that buffing the accuracy on these guns with Arleigh Burke as one inspiration is a good thing. Get most of the shells on target now, and when they hit, they do some pretty decent damage. The Tashkent doesn't have bad guns, you see. So we're firing at this Monarch, doing what the Tashkent does best. That is, trying, at least, to avoid the return fire. Monarch gets a good shot on us there and takes away some of our hit points, but he's not our primary concern. We've got a number of enemy ships pushing toward our base on the other side of these islands here. I believe there is a Fletcher, a Scharnhorst, and also a cruiser, I think a New Orleans. So, the Monarch, he's far away. We don't really need to worry about him. He's not threatening our base. These guys, on the other hand, will probably be threatening our base very soon. Other side of the map, you see, we've got our teammates pushing up. They are working on the opposition over there, and let's hope they push through. Scharnhorst is going to be coming around this corner pretty soon here, so lining up a torpedo launch. Kagero comes around first, though. Maybe I was wrong about the Fletcher. I thought there was a Fletcher in this game. In fact, I think there is. He just hasn't shown himself yet. Kagero, though, he wants to get into a gunfight with me, I guess. I've deployed some smoke because the Scharnhorst has come around the corner, and I don't want to be shot at by 2 ships if I can help it. But those torpedoes look good. They take the Scharnhorst out for our first kill of the game. And now we just need to go find this Kagero again. Still being spotted by him, but since we haven't fired our guns, our detectability should return to normal here pretty soon, and the Kagero loses sight. Now, we've got a New Orleans 12 kilometers out there. Eventually we're going to open fire on him, but we want to draw a little bit closer, and then of course the Kagero spots us. So, we're spotted anyway. We need to open fire on this New Orleans. Kagero reappears. Again, he wants to get into a gunfight. Probably not an advisable move on his part. His guns do hit pretty hard, but mine shoot a lot faster. And they're pretty accurate. So, we're able to just pretty easily whittle him down here. Although we have reached the Jean Barrier, so it's gonna slow our progress down a little bit, kind of screw things up here. One of our turrets was taken out by one of these enemies here, but this Kagero is almost dead, launching some torpedoes just because it looked like he was gonna move forward. And the torpedoes on this thing are pretty cheap, they reload quickly. That shot takes out the Kagero. Still got that New Orleans left, who's now dangerously close to us, but also giving a flat broadside. So switching to the AP here, trying a waterline shot, seeing what happens. Results aren't great. Shatters, ricochets, etc. Aim a little bit higher, and the results are better. Kick on the brakes there, miss a few of the New Orleans shells. Follow-up hit takes him out. And now that just leaves, yes, an enemy Fletcher around these parts. I've lost a few more than half of my hit points, but looks like our team to the left there, in the upper left-hand corner of the map, has cleared out those ships, completed the push, and we have succeeded in stopping the enemy's push on this side of the map. The friendly battleship is asking for our assistance. He is under fire from the Fletcher's rapid-fire guns, so we're going to move up. We don't want to get too close to the Fletcher. He can definitely outgun us, and at close range, he's not likely to miss. So we don't want to get too close. We want to keep a healthy amount of distance between us and the Fletcher. There he is, 10 kilometers away, which is perfect. This kind of range, my shells with their flat ballistics are easily going to be able to reach him and score effective hits. Should he choose to fire at me in return, he's going to find, with the floaty nature of the American destroyer HE shells, that I am very difficult to hit, and that I can outgun him by virtue of my shots being more accurate than his, and I'm going to score hits where he's not going to score maybe any at all, unfortunately enough for him. Oh no, there's one. Just takes out the torpedo tubes though. His follow-up hit gets a little bit of chunk damage, but we take him out pretty easily. Now we've got the Sinop approaching. We're on 4 kills. Sinop is the last ship left. We are in no danger of losing this match. So, I know I've said in my previous destroyer videos that generally, according to the proper principles of the philosophy of destroyer play in World of Warships Legends, your primary goal as a destroyer is to spot the enemy for your team and to capture the capture points in domination mode specifically. A little bit different when there's only a single capture point in capture the base mode. But the moral of the story is, what you don't want to do is chase damage, especially if chasing damage puts you in a position to die early on in the game. In situations like this, however, when you have 4 kills, there's a single ship left, and there's absolutely no danger of you losing the match should you die, then it's fine to chase damage. Go ahead and do it. Chase that damage in situations like this. Go for the Kraken by all means. Sometimes you might succeed. And looks like we are, we got a pretty good chance of taking this Sinop out. If only we hadn't launched our torpedoes so early and we had waited until we were at point blank range and launched them just a few seconds before the Sinop ended up taking us out there. So that's how the game ends. 71,000 damage done, 4 kills. Nothing, record-breaking. If you weren't aware, as far as I know, I hold the damage record for the Tashkent with 200k video on Tactic Angel's channel, if you haven't seen that. But, even though this wasn't a high damage game, this was a very effective game, and our team did exactly what we needed to do in terms of playing this map to win. So, we achieved victory. I think we're top of the leaderboard there. And that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. If so, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.